Hi everyone, I welcome you all to this video on understanding ratios by disruption learning. Now, the target audience for this video, or the target group of learners for this video, isn't a very specific one. Anyone who is interested in learning mathematics or learning the concept of ratios specifically can benefit from the video. So if you are a kid who is just starting to learn mathematics, or are an adult who is preparing for an aptitude exam, can benefit from this video. So without wasting any more time, let's get directly into the business. So before we start to learn ratios, the first thing to understand is the definition of ratios. So when I search on Google, the result that I get is that ratios are a quantitative relation between two amounts showing the number of times one variable or one value contains or is contained within the other. Now, if you're someone who is just starting to learn mathematics, this definition can trouble you. So to break it down in numeric values, let's take an example. So let's say there is one person called A and there is another person called B. A has 3 balls and B has 4 balls. So simply the ratio of them of holding the number of balls between them is simply 3:4, because 3 balls is what A has and 4 balls is what B has. So simply their ratio is 3:4. Very simple, very plain, nothing very advanced. Let's take one or two more examples like this. Let's say again, A is a boy and he is 2 feet tall. He's a kid really, so he is just 2 feet tall, and his brother B, who is his elder brother, is probably 5 feet tall. So the ratio between them of having some feet of heights is 2:5. Again, as simple as that, because 2 feet is what A has and 5 feet is what B has. So the ratios are 2:5. Another example. Now again, it's the story of A and B only. So A and B appeared for a test. A scored 7 marks out of 10 and B scored 9 marks out of 10. So their ratio is simply 7:9. Now, till now, we have been taking very small numbers for knowing the ratios. So we took 3 and 4, we took 2 and 5, we took 7 and 9. So these are, very small numbers. Let's say we have larger numbers. So let's say A this time has 10 coins and B has 25 coins. Now the ratio isn't going to be 10:25. So now how do we calculate the ratio between them? We'll see the method here. So to calculate, now we'll take the value of A and put it as a numerator of a fraction, and then we take the total of these two values, so 10 plus 25, and on the other hand we take the value held by B, that is, let me create that is 25 divided by the total of their holdings. So this is going to be 10 by 35 and this is going to be 25 by 35, and when I bring it to lowest terms it will become 2 by 7 actually, 2 by 7, and on the other hand it will be 5 by 7. This is divided by 5 on both sides. So I can ignore the denominator now and can take the ratio as 2:5. As simple as that. So I'll quickly take another example to explain you deeply. So let's say there was a 100 marker test. One guy scored 40, another guy scored 60. And how do I calculate the ratio? It's 40 divided by 40 plus 60, or simply the total, that is 100. On the other hand, 60 divided by 40 plus 60. So 40 by 100 and 60 by 100. Now when I bring it to lowest terms, it is 2 by 5 and 3 by 5, and since the denominator is same, I can ignore it and can simply call it 2:3. That's it. That's how we calculate, or that is how the most basic formula of how we calculate ratios. Now, an important feature of ratios which is to be understood by the last slide too is that when you have a ratio, let's say 1:2, we can also write it like this. And if you divide both the numerator or the denominator, both the numerator and the denominator, not or, by any value, let's say 2 or maybe 4 or maybe 1000, the ratio will still be the same. So 1/2 or 2/4 or let's say 4/8 or 1000/2000 are all the same. There is no difference at all between them. But what we need to remember is that for the sake of making calculations simple, we always prefer to write a ratio in lowest positive integral values. Now you have to remember this in case you want to use ratios in actual, your real life problems. You don't write a ratio like 2.5/7.4. You rather write it as 25/74. Or you don't write it as like 400/800. You rather write it as 1/2. So this is one very important feature that we do need to remember with regards to ratios. And this is majorly the concept we need to know about ratios. So, well, that is it for today's concept video. Now, this is just the starting of ratios. We need to know one or two more features of ratios before we can actually move on to, solving some questions. So, that was it for today's video. I hope you liked it and understood the concept here. We are having one or two more videos on ratios which will help you understand this concept, and we hope you stay tuned in for learning those next two videos. So thanks a lot.